I'm not going to lie. I definitely have there it is, a diaper in my bra because sometimes you don't want a milk stain on your shirt. Yeah, that's really it. Let's record this podcast. Welcome back to Not Gonna Lie, a Wave original brought to you by Lululemon. I'm your host, Kylie Kelce. I have 4 daughters, ages 5 and under. I have a husband that played in the NFL, and I've been waiting 2 months to say these words, so please listen carefully. We back! That's right, I'm officially back from maternity leave. I am unsure whether or not my eyes are open right now. And we're going to find out if I can still form a sentence. We're in this together, okay? Coming up on today's episode, I have a lot to catch you guys up on from the past 8 weeks, so I'm going to get honest about life as a family of 6. That still sounds fucking crazy in a brand new edition of Can I Be Honest? And then I'm going to be joined by a punk rock icon right from her tour bus, the sensation behind hits like Complicated and Sk8er Boi, and someone I have no business speaking to, Avril Lavigne. But before I get to any of that, it's been a while since I put out an episode, so I thought I'd quickly run through some ground rules I just made up as a little refresher on what we do around here. Rule number 1. This goes for this podcast, and it also just goes for my life in general. If you fuck around, you will, in fact, find out. Yes, it's very simple. You fuck around, you find out. Your actions, words, whatever you want to say, have consequences. You know we're learning that in our house. I got a 5, a 4, and a 2-year-old that have enough sass for a whole high school. Okay? Fuck around, find out. So simple. Rule number 2. These episodes are 45 minutes long, except for special occasions when Queen Emma asks me several times, and I gotta respect the hustle. That's so fucking bullshit. Queen Emma tried to sneak that one in here. There's a reason we put out bonus clips on More Shit Monday. I know that we record for longer than 45 minutes, and I know there's great content in some of the stuff that we can't squeeze into the 45-minute limit. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm sticking to it. Note from the desk of Queen Emma. Oh boy. Hey girl. Nope, you're done. While we're here, thoughts on going to 60 minutes today? No worries if not, but also there's a lot to talk about, and it's Avril. Also unrelated, but what if I bring back, here she goes with bribery, but what if I bring over a Wegmans chocolate cake? You're the real queen. Okay, TTYL, chica. No. Anyway, rule number 3, swear to your heart's content. That's right. Just drop the F-bomb for funsies. I love it so much. And honestly, it helps you put emphasis on the words coming out of your mouth. Now, I realize that not everyone loves this rule. We've got some comments here from a few disgruntled listeners. Someone commented, so, period, much, period, swearing, period. I understand she loves the F word, but wow. I understand that cursing is not for everyone. I really do understand that. But it's the way I speak. There are certain times where I turn it off. This podcast is not one of them. The next comment says, she does absolutely does. Not correct. Try again. Too much. T-O. Also incorrect. You need an extra O there, just to be clear. The point you were trying to make is that I'm too much, an excess. T-O-O. Small thing. Cursing on her podcast. Ooh, you got that one right. It's her podcast. Interesting. That's so interesting. That's just uncalled for. A woman. Excuse me? That's just uncalled for. A woman. So if a man were doing it, it'd be okay to throw the F-bomb. Wow, no respect for others. Shame. Actually, I try to put an emphasis on how we should care about others. But you came in here with this bullshit, and you know what? We're going to have to revert back to rule 1. You fucked around. You're about to find out. Oh, we can't use any of this. Rule number 4. This is not going to lie. So you guessed it. No lies are permitted. I am always going to be honest with you. If I cannot say something and be honest about it, I just won't say it. And that's it for Not Gonna Lie Ground Rules. I'm sure my mom brain missed something. Let us know in the comments or at NGL with Kylie, and I'll probably read them at 2 a.m. tonight when I'm feeding Finn. And speaking of Finn, I'd like to take a few minutes to catch you guys up on my life as a mother of 4 children. Oh, God. That's right, 4. This is, can I be honest about my maternity leave? First of all, I just want to get ahead of something. Maternity leave is not a break or a vacation. That is a crazy concept. Do you think I was just kicking up my feet and laying in the sun out by the pool and chilling without a care in the world? Because you'd be wrong. I birthed a child who prefers contact naps. That's right. I got another Wyatt sleeper. We love that. I have been attached to the tiny human for the last 8 weeks. My arm, specifically my right arm, is permanently in this position, claw included, this position. I am going to have the sickest bicep on the side. It's just raging. We've been attached. Maternity leave for me is figuring out how to do things one-handed again. That is a skill that you have to master. We have graduated to having her wrapped onto me for, no exaggeration, probably anywhere from 3 to 5 hours of the day collectively, which is interesting. I will say, since it is my 4th child, I am really doing my best to soak in all of the baby, like her cute little like coos and noises. I will say it's almost as bad as Googling on your 4th kid when you start scrolling back in your camera roll to see what your other children were doing at this age. It's a bad idea. It's not a good idea. And I would like to stop doing it, but I can't. And in case you were wondering, I am still Googling things because that doesn't stop either. It's similar to when people say to me, well, you have 4 kids. What's your advice? No, I don't have any advice. I actually still have no idea what I'm doing. If I had to describe the change going from 3 kids to 4 kids in 2 words or less, holy shit, it's not terrible. Let's go with not terrible. That sounds better. Not terrible. Those are my 2 words. If you ask me on a day where she does a 2-hour stretch night, I could do it in 1 word, and that word would be fuck. We're winging it. We are absolutely winging it. There's a lot of, can you bring that to me instead of me having to come to you? Because once we're stationary, it's so much easier to be stationary. I will also sit on the floor a lot. That's very helpful because it gives the other girls an opportunity to come and sit with me to get closer to Finn in a safe way, because wow, they are very interested in what she's doing. And Bennie is the only one who's not interested in what she's doing and likes to pretend like she's not there. It's a fun little game we're playing today. Just today, I put Finn down on the floor to change her diaper. And for some reason, Bennie stood up and ran straight at me full speed. And I had to put my hand out. Of course, I was ready for it. We've done this a couple times now. And that's part of the reason why we're stuck here. That's because if I put her down, I can't guarantee safety the way I can if she is elevated out of reach of Bennett. So Wyatt and Ellie have been super helpful. They will go and get me diapers. They want to talk to her. She very much locks in on their faces and is distracted from an upset moment by their voices and by how close they get, which is, I mean, one of the cutest things you've ever seen in your whole life. And it's very sweet to see them mirror what you do with the baby. So they will come over and mirror how I talk to her. They ask her questions. They make the oohs and the ahs so that she can sort of mimic the mouth movements, or at least we pretend she does. I mean, guys, she's 7 weeks old. We're eat, sleep, poop, cry. That's it. That's what we got. That's her 4 activities. Finn is every single day changing her look. I can't necessarily say that she still looks as aggressively like Jason. But the Kelce genes are strong, guys. I made Kelce women. I don't know. There's very little McDevitt gene coming through. And that's okay, because it turns out my husband makes very cute girls. But I would like just a little credit. Just a little credit when you look at them. Just like, maybe she did build them. I'm not going to get it. It's fine. And that does it for Can I Be Honest About Maternity Leave? Next up, the debut of a brand new segment we're calling Places Kylie Has Some Business Being. Most of the time, I have absolutely no business being in the places I go. It really is astonishing the number of places I've been that I cannot figure the fuck out why I was there or how I ended up there, but it was pretty cool. But occasionally, I can admit I attend events that I do belong at. For example, sometimes I go to events for the organization I work with. I definitely belong there. Last week, all 6 of us Kelces, good God, every time I say it, went to the Eagles Autism Challenge. It was our first official outing of a party of 6, except for brunch on Mother's Day. That was the other time. I was like, I know that we've left the house, everybody. I know I packed up the car and everybody went, but when was it? It was Mother's Day brunch. That's the only other time we've left the house as a party of 6. This year's event raised over $10 million. That one event, $10 million for the Eagles Autism Foundation. There was a video going around from the event that the Eagles shared with the caption, Bennett Kelce's second meeting with Swoop went a lot better than last time. Queen Emma rolled the clip. So she's checking out Swoop, and she finally gives him a wave, which is a big deal. What I will say is, and you can witness it throughout that entire video, she's my most suspicious child. She's suspicious of everyone and everything, and she will side-eye you, and she will eventually soften. But she's going to give you the side-eye first, probably a little bit of a squint, like a, and then decides whether or not you're cool. I will say, this is a perfect time. Eagles Autism Challenge for this year is over, but you know what's coming? That's right. Shorebirds. It's year 5 of guest bartending for Jason, and a number of his teammates, both current Eagles players and former Eagles players, will be guest bartending. Every so often, we end up with some other NFL players who are local to the Jersey Shore. This year, we may or may not be putting the ask out to some other people. We never guarantee anything because I don't like to let people down. So you just got to show up to see who comes. And that's kind of fun. Moving on. I've mentioned it before. Doomscrolling takes on a life of its own during the newborn phase because I need something to do while Finn is eating. You know, she's here. I'm here. And I occasionally will look down, but homegirl is usually half asleep. I'm not kidding. One eye open. And sometimes not even that while she's eating. And so I don't need all the people in here like, that's the bonding time. You should be talking. We're fine. Thank you. For this week's Doom Scroll of the Week, I most recently dusted off the old reading portion of my brain at 3 a.m. and found my way to an article from The Guardian titled, Cringe, How Millennials Became Uncool. Yikes. And it basically just explains all the ways Gen Z likes to make fun of millennials. So let's find out exactly how cringe I am. Number 1, low socks. I absolutely do this. I don't want to see my socks. I don't want to see them. They are low riding socks. Number 2, skinny jeans or mom jeans. To be clear, any jeans I put on are mom jeans. So you can kiss my ass on that one. I do wear skinny jeans. I will say this. I haven't worn skinny jeans in a minute, but they're definitely still in my closet. So I'm waiting for the moment they come back. And I hate to break it to you, they are, because I've seen some influencers wearing them. So, take that. And on another note about jeans, I would just like to share that Queen Emma once told me about a postpartum jean hack that I don't know why it never crossed my mind, but on my 4th child, I've taken advantage of it. Don't put your maternity jeans away, ladies. Keep them out for as long as you need them after you push that baby out. Because I was at a shoot, specifically for Not Gonna Lie, and I had just started having to hair tie my pants closed to still be able to fit in my jeans. And Emma said, that's weird. I'm however many months postpartum she was. It wasn't that many. It really wasn't. Don't make that face, Emma. Queen Emma said, look, I still have my maternity jeans on, and I had a baby a couple months ago. And I ran with that. I have worn my maternity jeans recently in the past couple weeks, and I will continue to do it until I can button back up my old jeans. Also, side note, not that we're not already on a hell of a rant here, just buy bigger pants. Number 3, a love for avocado toast. Apparently, Gen Z's green grub of choice is matcha. I like matcha too, but avocado toast is banging, okay? Healthy fats, guys. You can't crush on us for healthy fats. Number 4, excessive use of the crying laughing emoji. Oh no. I just texted someone back last night. Maybe 6 of them. That was it. That was the whole answer. Shit. It says, for a Zoomer, the skull emoji indicates humor. I'm not dead, okay? I'm not dead yet. And I am laughing with tears in my eyes. And you know what I like to do? Not lie and be accurate. So, kick rocks. Number 5, taking selfies using the front phone camera. I'm going to read you the description given so that the people, my fellow millennials, can know what the heck they're talking about. Gen Z favors the back camera and volume button, using the 0.5 lens option to create a wide-angled picture with the snapper's giant distorted arm protruding from the bottom of the frame. Also, if there are any millennials that have Gen Zers in their life that will come up to them and put their phone very close to either above their head or near their forehead, they're 0.5ing you. Okay? Don't let them do that. Don't let them get that close. Okay? Keep them at arm's length. Don't let them get that close to you. They're trying to 0.5 you. Do you know what it looks like when you get 0.5 from that angle? Ridiculous. To summarize this segment, I'm 5 for 5 on cringe. So, yikes. Okay, that's it for Doomscroll of the week. Avril Lavigne is coming up right after this message from a Philadelphia mom about Lululemon. As you can see, I'm back from maternity leave and Lululemon is back as a sponsor. That's why I'm wearing my Lululemon. No, that's not why. Let's be real. I wear Lululemon almost every day because, are you kidding me? It's just so comfy. And also, they have this new color. It's in the band here, and then it's also on my sports bra. Guys, it's the most delicious blue you've ever seen. God, they nailed it. I'm so glad Lululemon is back because I'm always looking for an excuse to talk about my love for their Aligns. And they have a new Align, the Align No Line Pants. which are the famously soft, iconic Align pants, now with no front seam for a smoother look and feel. Lululemon's Align no-line pants are extremely versatile. You can wear them anywhere. I'm talking school drop-off, Align no lines. Grocery store, Align no lines. Backyard, Align no lines. Yoga, Align no lines. The zoo, Align no lines. The library, Align no lines. That's it. That's all I've got. That's all the places I know, apparently. Shop the new Align no line pant at lululemon.com. It's the summer of Align no line. She's the 8-time Grammy-nominated, Diamond certified rock star behind such all-time bangers as Complicated, Girlfriend, and Sk8er Boi. She's a punk rock trailblazer and the sole reason I went to buy myself Vans in middle school. And now I'm talking to her from her greatest hits tour bus. Avril Lavigne, welcome to Not Gonna Lie.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. It's good to meet you.
No, thank you. Like I said in your intro, I legitimately went to the store to buy Vans because I was like, I don't think I'm edgy or cool enough to do any of the other trends you were doing at the time. But I was like, I feel like I can commit to a black pair of Vans.
Classic
staple. That was as edgy as, that's it. It was as edgy as I could get. I was like such a dweeb that I was like, I think this is as far as I can go and pull it off. I don't even know if I was pulling it off.
I'm sure you did. Did you? You're athletic. Did you ever skateboard?
No, I tried a couple times at my friend's house and nearly ate shit. So I said that enough of that.
That's the thing about skateboarding. Like when you eat shit, you eat shit.
Yes.
You go down hard.
When it goes right out from under you and like shoots very far down the street.
Yeah.
It also adds insult to injury that you usually end up chasing it. So like not only did you just land on your ass, you now have to run after it. You have to get up fast enough to run after it, you know?
I remember like skateboarding like opposite of at the grocery store by my high school, opposite of like 5 stairs, the board like landing vertically in between my legs and just like limping back to high school. I was like, that's the last time I tried to go upstairs.
It'll humble you real quick. Now, it wasn't just me copying your style. So many girls were dyeing streaks of their hair pink, wearing the spiked bracelets and neckties, but no one could pull it off like you. Can you explain why you are the only one that I've ever seen that can truly pull off a necktie? Like it looks like you were meant to wear it.
I don't know why I was doing it. Like I took a bunch of my dad's ties and I threw them on and I wore it in the video and it kind of just, I sort of do that. Like if I do one thing style wise, like I kind of keep wearing it over and over. I don't know. I wasn't really thinking about it. It was strange because like that was my introduction into the spotlight. And so like a lot of people were talking about it, but what was cool was my first show, I played like this like little show, the Roxy in Canada in Vancouver. And like I was in my dressing room and I looked down the back alley and there was like a lineup of fans and they were all wearing neckties. And I was like, wait, this is so crazy. Cause like you don't really think of anything like that happening, but everyone came dressed to the shows. They had like the stick straight hair and black eyes and the necktie and the spike bracelet. I was like, this is gnarly.
Is there anything from your wardrobe that you've considered bringing back from way back when?
Well, I actually did for the Greatest Hits album shoot, which that record just came out like last year. I got the Complicated music video tank top and tie out from storage and the Sk8er Boi green t-shirt and striped tie. And I put those back on 22 years later for that photo shoot. So and they fit. So I was a little worried.
That's incredible.
And they're still in really good condition. So, so I brought those back out and wore those again for the photo shoot. I thought about like on the Greatest Hits tour, like maybe like bringing the tie back out on stage for to wear, and then I was like, no, I can't do it yet. I can do that.
Maybe it'll come back around.
That'd be a really special moment. Yeah.
Speaking of your style, I've talked about on the show before, I always do my makeup literally right before we turn the camera on, hit record. I read that you're the same way, that you do your own makeup.
I do. I'm really impatient. I have a really hard time like sitting still. Sometimes like I get people do my hair and makeup, but a lot of the time I kind of just like take over and get in there to make it faster. Like today, like I like curled the front of my hair and then I had somebody else help, but like I'll get it and like I'm lining the eyes, doing it all. I can do a black smoky eye look in 2 minutes.
It's well practiced at this point.
Like I could do it in the dark on a moving tour bus. You know, it's always when we're backstage and on the go, we're always kind of doing hair and makeup in like weird rooms, backstage dressing room, a moving bus. So I like to do my makeup like super fast and in the dark.
Now, on a day that you might not have a show, are you still doing a smoky eye or is it downtime so you're not doing any makeup?
I'd say probably like a year ago, I was like, kind of started just getting into the no makeup look.
Yes.
The like more just like a mascara and a lip gloss. But like on those days, I do like to just take like a black eyeliner and maybe just at least go underneath and like smudge it so there's something. But I like, if I had to choose one item of makeup, it would be mascara at this point, probably.
Do you have a holy grail? I'm always intrigued by this because I have one that I've used since high school.
So the eyeliner, my holy grail is the MAC Smolder. Like I can't. Like
that's such a perfect name for the look that you're pulling off with it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's easy to remember.
It hasn't changed. I've literally used it my whole life. So
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I've been wearing makeup.
That's perfect.
Yeah. What mascara do you use?
The CoverGirl Orange Tube Lash Blast. I refuse to use any other ones. I'm just gonna keep rolling with it until they discontinue it.
What's your makeup routine? Like, are you foundation,
no
eyebrows?
Usually I fill in the front of my eyebrows, put on some mascara and slap on some chapstick. That's like that would be like I actually need to like see other people. Mm-hmm. And then I'll do like bare minerals if I need like some blurring, some bronzer, and that's really an elevated look. I'm terrible at makeup. I really should let someone else do it, honestly.
Yeah.
So you just kicked off the latest leg of your Greatest Hits tour. That's what you're currently on. You've got some huge shows coming up at MSG and Hershey Park. I was born and raised in Philadelphia, and we luckily settled here. How punk rock is Philadelphia?
Well, I would say like I'm kind of repping right now with the hair.
I did notice the green.
So tell me a little bit about Philadelphia. Like, are there I'm assuming there's like a lot of like pubs and beer drinkers, right?
Yes, my husband being one of them.
Oh my God.
So I saw that you just signed a fan's tattoo portrait of you. What's the weirdest thing you've ever signed?
Probably like
body parts.
A boob. Now that I think of it, I was probably underage too. I think, I've had a lot of meet and greets where the fans come to the meet and greet with like a huge tattoo, and then they ask me to sign their arm or to draw the Sk8er Boi star on them for a tattoo. And then the other night, opening night, there was a fan front row with a giant sign saying, I have a huge portrait of you on my leg. Will you sign my leg so I can get a tattoo? So I was like, hell yeah. I mean, if you're that committed, get on up here.
It's after Memorial Day, which in my book officially means it's summer. And this is always the busiest time of year for us, with trips to the shore, vacations, camps, field hockey. The list is endless. But luckily, I rarely have to think about what I'm wearing to all of those things, because just about every time, it's my Lululemon high-rise Aligns. That's right. Any of the lengths. 28, 25, any of them. The Align high-rise pant launched 10 years ago. I'm pretty sure that I still have my 10-year-old Aligns. That's because they never lose their shape. That's what I love about them. I wear them when I'm not pregnant, when I am pregnant, and then postpartum, they go right back to their shape. They never lose it. The Lululemon Align collection also includes shorts, tanks, bras, skirts, and dresses that'll have you set for any occasion this summer. And it's all in that wonderful Align soft, buttery fabric. Oh, I love that. Shop the Align collection right now at Lululemon.com. It's the summer of Align. You have so many hit songs. Which one is your favorite one to perform live now?
Yes, there's a lot of singles.
Is it like picking your favorite child?
Yeah. There's a lot of singles, a lot of hits. I love Girlfriend. It's like up-tempo. It's really fun to open with. I love closing the show right now without being in a new album cycle because I'm just playing all the older songs. Like I love closing with Sk8er Boi or opening with Sk8er Boi. But then I love the ballad moment, Head Above Water and I'm With You, which are more like emotional songs. And then and then I just put out a brand new song, Young and Dumb. So that's just like a fun, like little pop punk song with Simple Plan because they're out here on the tour with me. And they toured with me last year on the last leg of the Greatest Hits tour. And I was like, why do we not have a song out together? Because they come up and they perform with me every night on stage. So we just like a month, like last minute before we did this tour, I was like, guys, let's just write a song and throw it out, get it out there for the fans before we do this tour. So we went in the studio, wrote Young and Dumb, released it like a week ago. And now we're playing it live, and they get out on the road with me like in a couple days. This tour around, I wanted to do some different stuff. So I have like some cover songs, and I've released a few other songs this year with some other musical artists, like Nate Smith. He's a country artist. Do you like country music?
I dabble, but only because my husband is far more eclectic in what he listens to.
He seems really funny.
He's a great time.
I saw a clip of him. I don't know. I pulled up. I think I reposted it. I thought it was so funny. It was kind of random for me to repost it, but I posted it on my Instagram story. But at one of the games, he was like drinking. I think it was after his game. Like he was like drinking in the stands, like beer and like partying.
Yeah, that tracks.
It went viral.
It all tracks. There's one picture in particular that people love now. He has both hands up, like beer in his hand, a hat on, and like no shirt. And he was in Buffalo watching a game that his brother was playing in.
That's the one I saw.
Yes.
And I actually it randomly popped up in my feed, and I reposted it to Instagram story. And I was like, yes, this is hilarious.
He marches to the beat of his own drum, and it's so much fun to watch because you never really know what's going to happen.
So he likes beer and country music.
Yes.
So back to the country music. You probably wouldn't pin me as this kind of person, but I drive an F-150 and I love country music. I grew up singing in the fairs, country music. And then I recently recorded a song with Nate Smith. He's this really great new country artist. He's just blowing up. He has incredible songs. So I started performing our new song together, Died from a Broken Heart, during this set here. I have a song with Billy Idol called 77 that just came out. So we're playing that. And then I covered Pink Pony, Soap, and, with the second round of the tour, switched up a little bit. So we've been stripping it down, doing some acoustic stuff and brand new songs this time around.
We love to speak things into existence on this show. So if you want to put out into the universe, if you could sing a duet with anyone, who would it be?
It would be cool to go back to do a song with Shania Twain because
Just do a full circle.
Yes, because I guess you know the story, but I was like 14 before I even had a record deal. In Canada, I won a contest to sing on stage with Shania during her tour, her huge tour. And I don't know how that happened. My dad like came home from work and he heard it on the radio. So we sent in a tape of me singing. I won. And I met her when I was 14 and got up on stage with her. And that was like so cool. And then we've kept in touch over the years.
Now, getting up on stage at 14 with Shania Twain, how did you handle that in the moment? Do you remember like being nervous? Do you remember like anything about it? Or did you completely black out? Because I feel like in that moment, that high level of excitement, I truly think I would black out and forget everything.
It was like I did, but I didn't. It was like
out of body.
All this adrenaline. It was like I was freaking out, but not. It was like I was in a different dimension. It was like a dream like state where I walked out on stage and it was just this like packed arena. And I was so young, 14, and thinking, I really want to do this. Like, because this, I don't know, it was just in my body. I was just like, oh, I really want to do this. Like, I hope I get to do this. And then, like, I sang with her, and I think it was like, am I singing the right words? I don't know. I hope it's coming out. And I think it was like, for a 14-year-old, like, looking back, I think it was like easy and natural. I think I just did it. It happened. And, but I remember how I felt. And like, I was like, this is just such a dream. And like, I hope that I get to do this one day. And then like 3 years later, I sold out that arena. It was my first tour.
So maybe that moment as a 14-year-old sort of fed the beast of like, now I need to get back here and do it myself.
Yeah, and I just think I can't believe I did that. Like, I was from a small town in Canada, 5,000 people, Napanee, Ontario. I had no connections. I didn't have an in or like know anyone in the industry. It was like after that, like that was like helpful because like it put me in all the little papers.
When you won Best New Artist at the VMAs, Complicated and Sk8er Boi were playing on every radio station. Can we just start out by talking about the spelling of Sk8er Boi?
Yeah.
Absolute genius.
Thanks.
Was it your idea to spell it that way? And yeah. I will preface this with, I truly, like, still to this day, I've listened to songs for years and years and years, and I will occasionally try to search them on Spotify. This is one of the only songs, because, you know, artists will mix up the spelling of their songs, or it comes like almost down to the details of like using lowercase or capital. Like, it really, people get very into it. Sk8er Boi is one of the only ones where I'm like, I know how to spell. I'm confident. Every time I type that into the search bar, I'm like, I know I'm going to nail this. How did you come up with that spelling?
I don't know. I was just like, kind of, that's how I spelt some stuff, was just like doodles.
Amazing.
Like dotting the I's with stars, I's with X's. Like sometimes A's would be like that star, like the Sk8er Boi star. On the first album, the title, like on the picture, Let Go, and my name is like my writing. And then I hand wrote out all the lyrics inside the CD booklet. And so they just like took my stars and stuff too, and we put it on like the merch, and it just became a thing.
That's such a great personal touch through and through.
Sk8er Boi star.
That's amazing. How does it feel now when singers like Billie Eilish or Olivia Rodrigo talk about you being an inspiration to them?
Yeah, that was really cool. Like, I got to a point where I'd been around long enough, and there was these like up and coming artists that were like younger, like Billie and Olivia, and they were talking about me in their interviews, and, you know, had mentioned that I was like an inspiration to them, and that felt really cool. And I love that. Like it's a giant compliment. And then with both of those girls, I was able to meet them, hang out with them, spend some time with them. Olivia had me jump up on stage with her and sing Complicated, and it was awesome. And also, like, they're both really cool and like independent and like have like strong messages too. And I think two very powerful women in the industry. So it's really cool to see.
Now, since you're on Not Gonna Lie, we like to play a game on here called Is It True? Where every question starts with a Is it true? Followed by something we read prepping for this episode. And you tell me if it is in fact true, and please feel free to provide a background. Is it true that you got banned from TRL in 2004?
Yeah. I got banned from TRL.
What happened?
I flipped the bird on live television. I was like answering my question, and I just went like that. And then I got in so much trouble. And my manager was like, they're not letting you back on TRL again because you flipped the bird and cursed on live television. I was like, oh, bummer.
Oh, be cooler, people. Come on. We love that around here, by the way. Is it true that there's a Sk8er Boi movie in the works?
It is true.
Oh,
there is a
very
Sk8er Boi
exciting.
movie in the works. Yes. I've been working on it for a while, and we're in the process of that, and it's very exciting, and currently putting that all together right now. It's something I'm really looking forward to.
Oh, I can't wait. Is it true that you eventually want to put out a Christmas album?
Putting out a Christmas album is on my bucket list. I have been talking about it for so long. Yes, I absolutely want to make a Christmas record.
I will say that we already have Kelly Clarkson on board, but my husband for the last 3 years has put out a Christmas album with some other Eagles players, some of his former teammates. And they do it for charity. So if you want one foot in the door, I know a guy. Just saying.
Okay.
Is it true that one time a fan gave you a wedding dress?
It's true. I flew into Korea, and there was like hundreds of fans at the airport, and I ran and got thrown into my van. And they tossed in all these gifts, one being a wedding dress, one being a live rabbit.
Oh.
I was sitting in the van, like we were like driving to the hotel, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll open this. And it was like, I was like, it was a bunny.
What did you do with the money?
Someone from the label took it and dealt with it.
Okay.
I don't know, they were like, we'll take care of it and get it somewhere safe.
That's such a wide range.
And then I got to the hotel room and opened up the rest of the gifts, and I was like, this is a wedding dress. And that was an interesting one.
I cannot thank you enough for coming on to talk to me today. Like I said before, huge fan for a very long time now. And I am so excited that you are touring with the greatest hits, because those are the things that I started my love of you with. So I am excited to hear that you're headed to Hershey Park, because that's not far off from us. And I wish you all the best on the rest of your tour.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you for having me. It was good to meet you and to hang out today and to chit chat.
I can't believe you're going to be on stage in 6 hours. Good luck tonight.
I'm on stage in 5 hours. Woo!
Thank you so much again to Avril Lavigne for joining me today. You can buy tickets to her Greatest Hits tour right now. She's also playing Bonnaroo, the Vans Warped Tour in Washington, D.C., and the When We Were Young Festival later this year. You can find even more clips from our longer conversation on my YouTube channel on More Shit Monday. And that's a wrap on another episode of Not Gonna Lie. I'll be back next Thursday with a brand new episode. Listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Follow the show on all social media at NGL with Kylie. Not Gonna Lie is a Wave original brought to you by Lululemon. Thank you guys again for tuning in.